How can just one single day, just 24 hours, actually reveal the entire blueprint for a global cultural phenomenon? Well, today we're going to find out. We are zeroing in on one very specific day to really understand the strategy behind what's being called the new wave of K-culture.
So, get this. The source material for this explainer makes this incredibly bold claim about one day in particular, October 16th, 2025. It literally calls it a day worthy of being recorded as a K-culture New Wave Day. The idea is that on this one day, all the key ingredients of K-culture's new strategy were out there for everyone to see. I mean, calling it a New Wave Day, that's a pretty big statement, right? And that really brings us to the central question here. What on earth could happen in just 24 hours to earn a title like that? So what we're going to do is piece together all the different announcements and events from that single day and see if we can actually uncover the blueprint for this new wave of global influence. Let's see if it holds up. Okay, so first up, let's talk about sheer scale. Just how big this thing is. The first pillar of this whole new wave idea is a massively expanded global footprint. And October 16th, it gave us a perfect snapshot of how they're pulling it off. And what's so fascinating here is that it's not just one single strategy. It's not a one-trick pony. On this one day, we saw two totally different kinds of events announced. One was aimed right at the heart of the established traditional entertainment industry, but the other, that was all about mobilizing the incredible power of global fandom right from the ground up. And this comparison just perfectly illustrates that dual approach, right? On one hand, you've got the MAMA Awards in Tokyo. We're talking a huge, prestigious event. It's all about industry legitimacy with nominations for top-tier groups like 17 and New Jeans. But on the other hand, you have the Global K-pop Dance Challenge in Hanam, which is a purely grassroots thing. It's driven entirely by fan creativity, by social media. It's this brilliant strategy that plays on two fields at the exact same time, top-down and bottom-up. Now, when we're talking about the power of this fandom, I want you to look at this number, 70 million. It's the kind of number that just makes you stop and go, wait, what? What could that possibly represent? Yep, you're seeing that right. 70 million. That's the combined follower count of just 20 influencer teams who are attending that dance challenge in Hanam. Think about that. That's not the audience of some major TV network. That's the organic, grassroots reach of a fan-powered event. It's just a crazy powerful demonstration of how decentralized this cultural influence has become.
But here's the thing. This new wave isn't just about reaching more and more people. It's not just about the numbers. It's about creating a deeper, more meaningful connection with every single fan, no matter where they are in the world. And how are they doing that? Well, they're turning to tech.
So also announced on October 16th was this new feature in Apple Music. Now, on the surface, it seems pretty simple, right? It's a guide to help international fans, non-Korean speakers, pronounce Korean lyrics. But the strategy here is absolutely brilliant. It's not really about just pronunciation. It's about breaking down that final barrier between a global fan and the art itself. And that barrier is language.
So let's break down how this actually works as a strategy. Imagine you're a fan. You use this guide, and suddenly you can sing along more confidently, more accurately. You instantly feel a more personal connection to the song, to the artist. This little feature transforms passive listening into active participation. It helps build this global community where everyone feels like they're really part of it, like they're on the inside. And that strengthens loyalty in a way that, frankly, a marketing campaign just never could.
All right, so having a massive global presence and a deeply connected fan base, that's incredibly powerful. But you need fuel to keep that engine running, right? And that's the third pillar of this new wave. The fuel is a relentless, non-stop drive for innovation, both in the content itself and in how people get to experience it.
And no surprise here, October 16th gave us some perfect examples of this too. On that same day, we saw announcements that were really pushing the boundaries of K-drama storytelling, while at the same time, another event was happening that completely redefined what a cultural festival could even be.
Okay, so on the K-drama front, two new shows were announced. And you can see here, they're showing off some real diversity in genre. We've got everything from an emotional thriller to something called a time-space romance. So clearly they are not sticking to just one formula. And here's the really crucial part. Look at the distribution. One is already set for Netflix Asia. This tells you that this content is being made from day one with global access baked right in.
But this whole push for innovation, it extends way beyond just the screen.
Check this out. This was happening in New York on the same day. The Dream Festival. And it's not a music festival, and it's not a tech conference. It's both, mashed together. You've got K-pop artists sharing the stage with Korean tech startup founders. I mean, that sends such a powerful message, right? The message is, our culture is our innovation. It's a way of showing the world that K-culture isn't just entertainment, it's a forward-thinking, dynamic part of the global tech economy.
Okay, so let's just take a step back for a second and put all of these pieces from this one single day together. What is this K-culture new wave that the source material was talking about? What does it all add up to?
Well, it looks like it's a blueprint built on 3 interconnected pillars. First, you've got that dual strategy for a massive global presence, hitting both the industry elites and the grassroots fans at the same time. Second, that presence is made deeper and more real by using clever tech to turn a giant audience into an actual community. And third, all of it is powered by this constant fusion of culture and innovation that keeps everything fresh and is always expanding what K-culture even means.
You know, when you see it all laid out like this, the events of just that one day, October 16th, they really do paint an incredibly clear picture of a super sophisticated, multifaceted global strategy. And it kind of leaves you with this one big question, right? If all of this was happening on just one seemingly ordinary day, what on earth will tomorrow's K-culture new wave look like?